Okay.
Really? Next one.
I can do this to memo.
Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Councilmember Clotworthy? Here. Councilmember Darrow?
Here.
Councilmember Holler?
Here.
Councilmember McAdams?
Here.
Councilmember McConnell?
Here.
Councilmember Osham?
Here.
Mayor Granstrom?
Here.
This meeting was advertised in accordance with the Public Meetings Act, complies with all the laws therein. First order of business is to open to the public. I need a motion to open to the public. Motion.
Second.
All in favor? We're now open to the public and we respect the 5 minute time limit.
All right. My name's Pat Cerrone, 405 Haycock Road. I just like, I heard Delco was coming in today, and apparently they switched to, I'll do this now in hopes that this will be enough to get through you guys. Ryan, not to share yours, I got two left. You take a look at this map. It shows our school, our police department, baseball fields, shows the St. Maurice Church and the parking lot. If you look at that chunk of property, that's all Brooklawn right there. We own it. And I just can't imagine why we would want to sell off a chunk of that, of our property to McDonald's and bring all the negative attributes of it right here to the heart of town. I don't even know how we got ourselves into this, but, Delco sent a letter basically threatening to take legal action against us. That was May 28th. They're not taking legal action. They're coming back. Were they bluffing? I don't know. I would play the card of, they never mentioned taking that sign down. No turn 4 to 6 p.m. That came in at a left field. If anyone remembers, no one even knew what was going on. And I found out about it the same day, just like you guys. Duncan Prime said last time he was in here, the sign's got to come down. No ifs, ands, or buts. Well, that wasn't in the agreement. We never talked about that because that didn't come up till the day before of a council meeting, I believe in November. Well, we're not taking the sign down, say that. Why would we do that? That sign's been there since 1986. You guys think you can just tell us to do whatever you want? We're not going to facilitate this development if it goes negatively against the public safety. That's the main, goal of anything in government. Keep the public safe. Keep the trash, keep the unwanted people, all that away from our kids. My daughter played field hockey for 4 years out there. And some of you have young children. Field hockey, soccer, baseball, the park, the brand new park. Do you want to be sitting there while somebody's blasting their music, waiting for their drive-through? That's not what we want. And I really feel that it'll go negatively against all of you if this happens. Because no one's ever going to say, I can't believe they didn't sell that church. They might be in an uproar, though, over the McDonald's, especially when, it's going to hurt the neighborhood so much. Here is another view, a little bit zoomed out. Now, when I counted the houses on here, and I was very generous, I only counted the apartments as one unit, but over 100 houses are going to be affected by the loss of the parking lot during the field hockey, soccer, especially the baseball games. When you get home from work at 5 o'clock, it's gonna be, you know, pretty upsetting when you can't find a spot. You wanna get in and have a nice hot meal, but there's a baseball game going on, so you're driving around your block, all because we got rid of the parking lot. On the other side of town, even at the Legion, that's auxiliary parking for anything that goes on. In a, you know, a place like this, we don't have big wide streets. Some of them you can only park on one side of. It's really, and yes, I do live in this neighborhood, so yes, it will, you know, that's why I might have more of an interest in this, but 100 people, at least 100 residences are gonna feel the extra pressure of the parking. Imagine when we have our trunk or treat nights, or the back to school things. You know, do we want all these unknown people that are going to McDonald's, driving through the streets while we're out here? Oh, maybe it adds an extra 100 people that come and use up our supplies or whatever. Even the extra people at the park, people will be taking their kids to McDonald's. I'm gonna go to the park. Sure, they leave their trash there. Brook Lawn is tight knit and, you know, close quarters. You don't wanna, that property is a safety net between us and Route 130. Knocking down the buildings, obviously, yeah, that's gonna have to happen. But the tree line that's there, that's established, you know, that's gonna come down too with the McDonald's. It's gonna be a clear shot from this front door to the carnival. Big red lights every time you walk out. Same with the kids at recess. The kids at recess, you know, do you really want them staring at the McDonald's blinking cheeseburger sign, smelling the food all day long? I mean, some kids, you know, there's kids that live on this park, well, they'll be living in McDonald's, just getting fatter and fatter. All the kids going back and forth across the parking lot. Someone will get hit, no doubt in my mind. You're coming out, people mess up your order, everyone knows that. What do? You search your bag. You know, you're only doing 10 miles an hour as you search it, you hit somebody. That will happen. I mean, I would put my paycheck, I'd put my bank account on. One last thing, and I hope, really all you have to do is say to them, it's not gonna work out. We're sorry, we wasted your time. We're sorry that you guys tried to take advantage of us and, you know, while there was a transition in government or whatever, sneak this in here real quick, and that's why you got hung up, because you did it, you know, in the wrong order. And now you send this threatening letter, now you wanna be friends. I don't think that they have the strongest case as they're making. They never said up front that there wouldn't be an entrance or exit on 130. Between that and the sign, that's two huge things that didn't even come up. You know, how can we guarantee them a redevelopment plan? Like, with those things not worked out. Like, they, and I believe our old solicitor, you know, he's not here anymore, why? He could have opened the door for that. Hey, by the way, if you wanted to do something on this property, they're looking to ditch it, come in here. The terms of the agreement were so outlandish. I'd like to see other redevelopment agreements between other towns. There's no way that they would be that way. In any other town, this would have been shot down immediately, and they would have at least came back when they put out an agreement. The town would have said, we're not doing it. We're this, and this off the table. That never happened here because they took advantage of the situation we were in. We don't deal with this kind of thing every day. Cherry Hill, Haddonfield, they do. They have more commercial space, more problems like this that come up. And I think if anyone up here takes these maps, shows them the Camden County Planning Board, or members of other planning and zoning, they would say, here's our school. As a borough, we're thinking about selling this property for McDonald's. They would say, you're out of your mind. No, that would never, because it just, the amount of money that this could bring in through tax revenue wouldn't matter to a larger town because they have business everywhere. It may look like, you know, a lot, but that's the only upside I could see to doing this. You know, yeah, getting rid of the buildings, but why can't we do that? Make a safe space, a buffer zone from Route 130. Sorry, my mouth's getting dry. And keep the trees, put a hedgerow over there to separate the carnival lot. That would be doing something for the community. And I really believe that there's only one way to look at it. You're doing good by keeping it and keeping McDonald's away. If you go with McDonald's, no matter what their site plan is, anything, it's a straight up choice that's gonna negatively impact the surrounding area, not just this area, the numbered streets, Browning Lane. And I really wish you just tell them, that's why they're coming back, because no one's saying, it's over, it's not happening, do what you gotta do. That's what I hope you guys will say to them, because I'm tired of wasting your time. I'm tired, every time I hear they're coming back again, and last time, there was a whole bunch of people in here. And that's because I printed out 30 letters, handed them out. When they ran out, I walked in. I did the day before. 30 letters, I'd say there was 15 people in here complaining how they don't want it. Imagine if everyone in town knew that McDonald's, Delco's coming to McDonald's. There would be people out the door. No one even knows that these meetings happen. Like, after they happen, people go, I didn't even know they were coming in. Trust me, it's way bigger. It's not just me. Everybody I haven't heard one person go against what I'm saying, basically. Like, no, it's gonna be great, Pat. No one has said that. If they're thinking it, they're not speaking up. And I really wish we could just put an end to this. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. Anyone else? Go ahead. State your name and
My name is Greta Mills. I live at 107 4th Street in Brooklyn. Just purchased the house in August 27th of 2024. Thank you. And I was a teacher up in Paterson, New Jersey. I just retired July 1st of 2025. So that's why I purchased the house next week. I was getting letters about the back of the lawn being cut down. And I was doing the best I could, getting the front, cutting down the lawn, getting everything done. Driving to Paterson takes me like 2 hours and a half to 3 during this time. Some days I did not make it home because it was so late. By the time I left from teaching, I had a morning job, my regular teaching job, and then after that I had another job. So some days I didn't make it back here. It was a lot. By the time I got the lawnmower, somebody had cut the lawn. I thought somebody did it out of the graciousness of their heart. Coming to find out, I was charged $300 for them mowing the back lawn. I understand they gave me letters. I'm not disputing any of that. I just wish they would have, I'm asking you to give me a grace of knocking the 300 off or making it lower, because like I said, I just retired. I was trying to do what I could do to fix the place up. It's a lot of work that has to be done, and it's just me. So I'm just pleading to you to hopefully get the $300 knocked off, because it's just me. And I was trying, I was doing the front, I just couldn't get to the back, and I didn't know somebody would just go back there and do that. So that's why I'm coming to you today.
Let me ask you a question. At this, moving forward, regardless of the 300, whether it could be forgiven or not forgiven, whatever, I don't know that legally. But what is your chances of maintaining from here on out?
Well, that's what I've been doing, because I guess I just retired. So I've been out there every day. I had my little thing on, the hazmat suit, trying to, cut down the trees and stuff that's in there, the bushes. It's a lot of stuff that the person that had the house prior to me. So the mailman, he was getting stung. There was beehives and whatnot, and the trees and the bushes. I've been working real hard. I had like 5 stings. I'm constantly getting stung. Just trying to maintain and clean that yard up and everything. But I've been doing it. Like I said, the day they did it, I had received my lawnmower to go back there. So I now have a lawnmower. I've been doing it for some time.
You've been in the house how long?
I purchased it August 27th of 2024. So just making it.
End of the season. and then a full year.
Right.
Like, if they, you got anything you could tell us about that? I don't know which property that would be.
Two houses away from my mother, 4th Street,
Okay, same side?
with Imelda Powell, Sue Stanish,
Oh, okay,
Mackey.
yeah,
right there.
yeah.
House was just, the backyard was significantly overgrown. Made multiple attempts to contact the owner. Now I know that there was no vehicle there. Left the summons or violation, with no contact, personal cell phone put on every single one. Call me day or night, not a big deal. And there was no contact made. So we wait. It's not like if I give, there's 5 days, I'll give 7, 8, 9 days, especially if it's on a weekend, I'll just jump to the next week, maybe a Monday. I don't even look, I'll look at it that Monday, maybe we'll cut it 2 days, 3 days afterwards. So I don't see a problem. Listen, you know, she works, a lot of jobs going on. I just sometimes I get upset, like, I don't want to cut people off, and I go through everything I can. Brian will tell you, like, I'll make calls, didn't have her number on file, I couldn't run her through the PD, so I'm okay. If you want to give her a grace, I'm okay with it. I don't think it'll happen from here on out. I've been doing this a long time.
No, I understand, no, you're more than fair. man.
Yeah,
Right, he's
Everyone-
not, but he's saying it's true, I'm not disputing any of that, and I did say he was sending me letters, I saw the pieces of paper, I'm not disputing any of that. It's just the time frame of everything, and like I said, I was working, I was getting up at 3:45 in the morning, leaving out my house by 5 o'clock, because I was working the morning program with students, then I had my regular job, and then I had the after-school program, and like I said, by the time 6 o'clock hit, the traffic, it was days, I just slept in my car on the side of the road. That's
and
how-
there's a significant amount of people that wouldn't even come in here and ask.
Well, what I was gonna say is, that most of the people in town, even though they've been here for a while, you're coming from Patterson, New Jersey, not knowing Big Mike, you know,
Yeah, we met the one time, I just got a board.
Big Mike would, you know,
Look them up where to get them.
clearly, when you even brought it, you know, to a point, but not being able to contact, he didn't, not necessarily knew that you're coming from Patterson or things like that.
Should be a great.
I'm gonna ask my solicitor here,
So we kind of have an idea what we can do. You can pass a resolution, that's what we were just talking about, to rescind the resolution to authorize, so that's the municipal lien ordinance, a resolution that we do every meeting, that we have like all the grasses and stuff like that.
Right.
We'll just have one that would, take this off, because the special charge that gets put on the tax account.
Mayor,
We can have a resolution to authorize that.
if I may, whatever decision the board decides to make, I would suggest that we do this on a case-by-case basis. This is not the
Yeah, no,
same,
that's
this
what I'm
is not the same story for every
No,
single person in
absolutely
town, just
not.
let you know,
I
like,
know that, that's why I
Okay.
mentioned coming from North Jersey, which is a hustle bustle area to begin with.
but definitely my full support. We live on the same street. I've seen her out there 1,000 times in a bee suit wondering, hey, why? Hey, listen, man, some people don't like pups. Some people don't like pups.
I was going to allergy.
Yeah, so maybe she got out. I said, hun, there's a girl wearing a bee suit, not sure, but she's been out there like bags of grass, this, that, the other. Like she's done what she needed to do. So, you know,
She's put the work
you got my back.
We can put a resolution on the next agenda to rescind that.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Welcome to Brooklyn.
Congratulations on retirement.
All right, thank
You're on
you.
a fixed income now. We can't.
And thank you for teaching our young ones.
Oh, thank you, but I'm glad to be retired though.
I'm sure you are. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, 28 years.
Thank you very much.
That's
Anyone
one-
else?
That's 107, right? 107.
I think
107.
we got another hand.
Just something real quick. Mike Hines, 110 Third Street. I'm sorry. I agree with you, Pat. I've been diving into that project since I've been getting in, and I agree. McDonald's, you know, selling the land for McDonald's where it could be better use for something else is 100% accurate. I agree. So just second that.
Veronica Rossi, 300 in Broadway. I just had a question regarding the baseball fields. My son plays for the Brooklyn travel team, and we were wondering if we had any access to the cages because they're locked. Is there any way that we
Coaches have, well, what do you mean?
Our coach doesn't have it. They're the travel team, the Brooklyn Ballers.
Well,
Brooklyn, Kansas, Brooklyn Bowlers, aren't they part of FS Prime?
Yeah.
Okay, he has a key.
Okay, so he
I can't, because what time, we had a lot of problems up there, so we changed the lock.
Okay.
And any of the Brooklyn teams have a key to that.
So I guess the head guy has it
Well,
because
Brian Barth is one of the head guys, and DJ Stinsman.
Brian Barcelona told us that's locked and he didn't have access. That's why I was
Well,
asking.
DJ Stinsman is the owner of FS Brian. It's his teams, so he has a key,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
Or were they trying to practice or something? Or-
Yeah, we have practice, that's our home field, but the cages are locked, so we can't. use it.
Yeah, but it all started over a tournament. And somebody went crazy on me,
Yeah,
you know, and I said, that's it, we're not engaged. So out-of-town teams have no access to that. Because we're going in and the people on, let's say, the apartment side, Sixth Street, they were hitting the ball and the ball's going through the net down the street. So they were required to face the other way. Brian, everybody else adheres to it except these out-of-town teams, they don't care.
We were the Brookers, so we were a Brooklyn team.
No, I know, so they have a key, I can't help it. If Brian's saying he has a key, it's not my fault. They have 2 keys, Brian and DJ have keys, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I have a quick question with regards to the.
State your name.
Deborah Ikashevsky, 308 Haycon. What is the distance, and maybe Mike knows this, what is the distance from the end of the school property that no sex offenders or anybody who has pedophile and all has to be away from the edge of the school? Will the McDonald's meet that distance because the McDonald's serves everyone?
True. That's a good question. Yeah.
Does it meet that requirement? And if it doesn't, there's our out, because the school has to be protected, and if it doesn't meet the distance, it's general public, anybody can go there. But, you know, you've got all kinds of different offenders that are supposed to be not in the school distance.
I'll be happy to look into that.
Yeah, that may be a good out.
You need a job? Okay. Thank you, Debbie.
Uh-huh.
Anyone else?
My name's Maggie, I live at 110 Timber. I had no idea that it was McDonald's, and I hope that doesn't happen. That's horrible.
There was a little bit of, there's a little history to it. It's actually, just so the public knows, this is a whole new group here. There was another group. They resigned, or several people resigned, and that were part of an agreement that was made. And there was a procedure that we were supposed to, or the town was supposed to do, or our engineering was supposed to do, and I think it was not done to the T, 100%. When I became, after the mayor resigned and I took the job, one of the first things I did was I took a look at that, and I actually signed the agreement, but I signed it in this room, like the day before the meeting. I never had an opportunity to read the entire agreement. And not only being a newly appointed and then elected mayor, as way things would normally go in a town, it goes to a committees, it comes to the, by the time it gets over here, it's time to sign. So I did sign the agreement, I don't want to bring that up. But as I looked into that with Pat, and I've had many conversations with Pat, it didn't seem such a great idea. And not to get into throwing stones back and forth. And we've went round and round, and we actually, even though we've signed an agreement, there was some changes that was made, minor changes. So I was of the opinion that if Delco could change 1 or 2 items on an agreement, well, that shouldn't be, It's either the agreement or it's not the agreement. Now, they're holding us to the agreement. This is not a secret. They're holding us to the agreement. And they were scheduled to come here tonight in public. So I guess in our next meeting, they're due to come back. And by the way, I might say that council 100% said no in one of the final meetings. And we've been waiting since when, Pat?
May 28th is when they sent the notice of default under the redevelopment agreement letter.
So they're holding us in default of the agreement. And it's a tricky situation. And I did read, and I encourage anyone, read that agreement. If it was in front of us 6 months ago, when it should have been, no one would have agreed to that. So things were pushed through. Actually, the school was up for sale for $700,000 or $800,000, correct me if I'm not wrong.
Church.
I mean, a church, I'm sorry.
625, I think.
800,000. And I'm not gonna get into what is in the agreement, but I believe that's a public document. I don't know, if there was any questions on it. But, and then ended up making an agreement to, sell it to Delco. It's not McDonald's that we're actually fighting right now. We're fighting over.
What is the benefit to the town to have a McDonald's, the $600,000 building?
The only benefit that everybody could see is the rateable that we would get from them. You know, maybe, I don't know,
Rateable is tax revenue.
tax. I thought it was a 20-year. It's actually in the agreement. It's a 30-year contract, a 30-year deal. And if you look at that, McDonald's going to make. We may make, I don't know, $40,000. I don't know.
It's like almost $60,000 with those escalators in there per year.
50,000 a year. They're going to make 50,000 a month or a week.
Sure.
For 30 years.
Bring a lot.
So it's not saying, hey, that's not fair to us. It's and again, in how long have we had that vacant?
It's been 12 years now.
So not putting all the blame on the other group that, you know, they found a way and I'm sure in their minds they thought this would be great. But again, we went back to our engineer 20 years ago, wrote them ordinances for the streets. No, you know what traffic's like now, especially with these two bridges and two circles being worked on. This has been an impossible thought. Two bridges, two circles, flooding. That's what we faced up here coming into it. So I'm not blowing our horn. We got a great group up here, and we've been trying to nail certain things down. And this is the biggest obstacle that we have facing us is this agreement with Delco. So that being said, like I said, originally we were told no. And then a letter came back and we said, you know, they would like one more shot to talk to us. And like I said, their head lawyer looked like he dropped out of heaven. It was perfect. Talk perfect. You know, really. Very respectable. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. If anybody could convince somebody to maybe change their mind, it could be him. And I'm not saying a bad thing about him. So that's all I really got to say about that, just kind of to clear it up for the public here. And no, we're not for it because if you look dig deep into it, and by the way, it's a 24-hour thing, right? Am I not right?
And I think they said it was 80% drive-through.
80% drive-through, which is going to increase, but, you know, we have a,
It's so unhealthy, number one. Number two, it's just.
It'll be a
like
mixed
so much
nightmare.
regret.
so we've said, we were not warned, but we were told we were in default of an agreement and there could be consequences as a town. And as far as I'm concerned, we were willing to bear them consequences. What is it going to take? We don't want to do this. And then, so we're going to have one more shot at them. They're going to have one more shot at us.
Is that September 15th listed on the back? Is that when it's going to be?
I'm not sure the date, to be honest with you. I know, was informed tonight that they canceled it, and I was informed that they had to cancel tonight, and that they're gonna come possibly to the next meeting, that's right.
So if I do actually have a follow-up question, again, Pat, I'm just regarding everything you said, nobody knew about it until Pat handed out flyers. Being new to the area, what is the mechanism for somebody like me to be alerted that, hey, there's a meeting, McDonald's is coming back here? I wouldn't have known about it had I not done a deep dive. So what is the mechanism to alert maybe everybody else that McDonald's is coming back and having another thing to, again, raise awareness of what this is?
I will refer that to our solicitor. So what you're saying, basically, if there's another meeting and what we would like to.
Yeah, I mean, the follow-up question was like, everybody's against it. What is the pushback? What are you guys doing? Aside from letting them come back to say no, what else?
I would just say this, without getting into too much detail. There obviously has been a letter where the developer is threatening litigation, which puts the town or the borough in a precarious situation. We believe we have certain rights that were not honored under the agreement. I believe the developer feels the same way. Obviously, both parties would like to avoid litigation, and I think that's part of the process where we stand now. If, in fact, there was ever to be a formal development of that lot or any other property, you as a homeowner or anyone within 200 feet are required by New Jersey law to be notified of any site plan, planning, or zoning board application.
Okay,
So this isn't a different animal in that at this point, we're talking about a redevelopment agreement and a potential development of the property. Even if the board were to approve it, it would still have to go before the planning and zoning board for formal approval. And at that point, again, every homeowner within 200 feet is legally required to be noticed. Ms. Agnuski, I apologize for. With respect to your question, New Jersey does not have a specific law which prohibits sex offenders from residing within a school, park, community center. The New Jersey Supreme Court ruled on that in 2008. I just looked it up.
Wow.
There are registered requirements that if you are out on parole or served your sentence, you're required to register with the local police department. The police department is aware, and those registries are available through the New Jersey State Police website, so that you can plug in your address and find out, any registered sex offender within a certain radius of bounds.
Based on what tier you are, tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 being worse, depends on who gets notified, whether it's the school, local communities, the churches, and things of that nature. But to monitor a drive-through is not lawful. It's darn near impossible.
Well, agreed.
You're touching on the residency requirements, but to monitor for the drive-through would be not a talking point.
No.
If I may, I think Deborah was just saying pedophiles get hungry. So you would be opening the door for them to be right next to the car. If that was there versus it nothing bit like that being there.
Anyone else? Okay, at this point, thank you all for your discussions. And last meeting, we had brought up a situation that involves 2 houses in Brooklyn. One being my house. I'm going to recluse talking about anything details, but the other neighbors are Maggie and Bob Wiener, who live next door to me. Just to give you a brief background, the borough of Brooklyn has 2 homes in the entire town that have to take their waste and send it up into 300 feet, 350 feet up. And the reason being is the road was always there. The water line goes to the water plant, comes right up the street. You have gas coming up the street. They never put a sewer line in back in that day. Then the homes were built, the 2 homes, my home and their home. And the only way that they could legally build a house is to take the sewage and pump it up and put the burden on the homeowners. Well, when I bought my house, I don't know about you, I was never told about, I wasn't disclosed that I had to maintain 400 feet of sewer line I've been in the house 20 years personally, me and my wife. And since 2017, which I have documentation, I've had 13 different pumps put in my house since 2017. That's as far back as my plumber's paperwork goes. So easily, every 2 years, pretty much on, right on target, the pumps go bad because of the stress that's being put on it. And I brought this to council as a homeowner, and we discussed it, and there is certain rules, I guess we could, whether or not it becomes a burden on the people. It is a burden on us. There's only 2 homes that have this problem. And I put, I think, probably close to $50,000 into that, close to 50,000 with that problem. Also, we got hit with a Sandy, which was a category or whatever hurricane, and that was a total wipeout for us, for their house and my house. And so we've had a lot just living, and it's a great area. We love it. You guys love it. And we're looking somehow to put an end to this and resolve it so that all parties involved are satisfied. So that's where we're at. So I'm going to ask you 2 guys to stand up. Or you don't have to stand up, but if you want. Well, you should stand up and face that. Maybe you should do it, Bob. No, I'm kidding. But all kidding aside, they have the burden also. I spent an hour talking last time, and I was just trying to put the facts out there. And so, in all fairness, our solicitor says there are other people involved, and so it's an ongoing thing. It's been going on for 20 years for me. You guys been here how long?
About
7
7
years.
7 years now, and we put 5 pumps in our house. So,
Right.
yeah.
5 pumps in 7 years.
Yeah, we have a very active household, which we love. Big family, everybody comes over. But yeah, it's definitely a burden on us, and honestly,
Fortunately, you have Bob as one of the
that's
times
what I was gonna say.
puts
My
in
husband's a contractor, so
Safe.
thankfully he can, fix the problem when it happens. But it's definitely a burden on us,
Yeah.
and it's something that we're not happy with, and we've actually considered selling because of it. So.
How much are each pump for you guys to purchase?
$500 to $700. I mean, and like I said, thankfully he can do it. It's a very nasty job. It shouldn't even be, to be honest. It's
So we double that if he couldn't do it himself.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I think an average would be, actually, I've been using Anzac for years. I knew his father, I've known him, and he really cut me a break. So the pump, I think now are $950 now, I think is what they are, because I'm planning on probably getting very soon to be putting another pump in. I put 3 in the month of November last year, 3 pumps in the month. So there was some stuff going on and whatever. But then you have labor, and then you have the nasty, everything.
Yeah.
I've done it one time with
Any
a friend.
type of resolution or any kind of subject matter you can talk to us about, or is it just?
Brian, can you speak for that and see where we might try to get some kind of approval? We were thinking actually getting John Bryson here as our engineer. And there is a solution, and I spoke to you briefly about it before. There is a solution that the only type of pump that you could use is an E1, and I think there are a lot more on E1, but they'll pump 2,500 feet. And there's been a couple different options, which I'm going to talk to John about, possibly putting a pump on what am I thinking? Yes. Okay. You want to speak a little bit to the?
Yeah. Mr. Mr. Would you by chance have invoices or any other documentation for the pumps that?
Probably
were
not,
replaced?
because we just go to Home Depot and get them and do our thing. But no, honestly, I mean, probably a million Home Depot invoices, but no, nothing that we thought would be beneficial to save, because we just fix anything that happens. I mean, our house has been flooded, we just fix it, you know? We both work very hard, so we do the work.
Would you have a purchase
Try to
on
keep
the
it
credit
nice.
card or anything, or debit card? They could go back on records to show.
Well, we don't have credit cards like that. We could definitely research for something like that if that is something that needs to
That-
be
that'd be very
shown.
helpful, yes.
But, yeah, initial proof of it, no, I mean, you know, like I said, it's just something that has happened multiple times since we lived there. It's just, yeah, but we can definitely look and see if we can find stuff that we had received for it. I don't know.
Right, I just wanted to say,
It's not something that's clear in
real quick,
insurance, right?
I have back
No,
as
we've
far
never
as
really done that.
2017 in invoices, where we put actually 13. This is from Anzac.
Here's what I would suggest.
He's lucky enough to have
Yeah,
somebody.
if you would coordinate with the mayor and if you could submit a comprehensive package, any document you're able to find over the next several weeks and submit them to Mr. Giles, that would be a very good starting.
If we don't have that information, where do we go from there?
Just let him know that as well.
Okay.
Right? It would be helpful if you were at least able to look and see if you can identify.
Oh, for sure. That's definitely a problem. I don't keep receipts, unfortunately.
So, I guess I can coordinate with Grayson and,
We need to move on.
Need more,
Yeah.
right?
what do we need?
We need more.
So what's the suggested fix for that? Like if something were to,
That's what we're still trying to determine. and work out.
There's a thing called a special assessment, the one I think I have to talk to the mayor about, that's a possibility, but we need more information to be able to do that, and that's, where the town would pick up the cost of fixing the problem, and then there would be a burden to the taxes over a certain amount of years, added onto the taxes to pay for that, but it'd be maintained. It would be a better pump, because the E1 pump is a lot better pump, and stuff like that, so you wouldn't have to replace it, and all that stuff but it spreads the cost over many years. Now, he requested of the council, that's a whole different thing, that's a legal thing, I can't answer those questions at this time. But the special assessment is a real thing. People get it for all the time, like say a tree gets lots into their lateral, need money to get the lateral fixed, or sidewalk getting placed in front of their houses. They would get these special assessments. The town, the people that live in the house end up paying for it over the long run. They share the burden with the other people that are getting sidewalks, like fixed stuff. So it's a way we can help out, kind of thing. So that's why we're trying to, but we need information from you guys, both of you guys, and then we can go to the engineering part. We kind of have an idea, but we can't go to the next step until we have all that information for the council to make that decision. So that's what you're looking for.
And there's also no records going back to when these houses were built, so.
Yeah, there's no record.
There's no records.
I was just gonna ask you that, any.
Anybody else from the public?
Okay, close the public, we get a.
Any motion to close the public?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we have ordinance number 15, 2025. We talked about this ordinance at the last meeting of the introduction. This will be the public hearing. There's a probability that I'm gonna ask you to table it when it comes to the meeting. It's been advertised, so we have to have it on the agenda. We can't pass this ordinance until the local finance board approves the application from the school. So if they don't approve it, there's nothing we can be guaranteing. So we have to wait until that approval comes through. If it comes through before the time we have the meeting, which I don't think they're on the agenda in September, do you know if they're on the agenda for next week? The local finance board would meet next Wednesday, so I don't know if they're not on the agenda, then obviously it should be tabled to the October meeting. Because they usually meet the second Wednesday of every month of the local finance board. So this will be just take one more month after that. So once I know that, I'll know that by the council meeting if we have to pass. Just want to give you a heads up. There might be a resolution at that table.
Brian, can I ask a question on this ordinance? Basically, we're co-signing for a $7.5 million loan.
Guarantee.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
Because today I met with the superintendent, and for some reason, now the school board is going to charge local groups to use the facility.
Okay.
And my concern is we're gonna co-sign for something, and then they're gonna turn around and charge these people using the gym X amount of dollars. And my irony is, wait a minute, you're asking us, the community, to co-sign, but yet now you want us to pay extra money, so.
So this does not impact us in any way, only if they default.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
So they're willing again, they're youth groups that have been here forever, okay? And as I spoke to the superintendent, I said, there's two things I can do, being very honest with you. And I said, in Gloucester City basketball, we have 240 kids, Brooklyn basketball has 28. And I can omit the kids from Brooklyn, just go to Brooklyn and play, okay? So we don't have that additional cost. But they have no idea why they're charging us. That's my argument. I mean, you're asking me to vote on something to support it, but yet you're telling me that you need money from the kids' money that they're paying registration to use a facility that you don't even know what you're going to charge me, and you don't even know why, because I said, is there a custodian? Yes. So what's custodian? Well, no. If there's a custodian I'm paying for, they're sitting there watching my team play. They're not going to work in the school as well. And I just spoke to the secretary about that I just wanted the community to be aware that the borough was going to co-sign for $7.5 million. And then they may find out their youth has no place to play basketball unless there's a surcharge, because they want to charge a minimum fee. And now, we charge every youth group that uses our field except Brooklyn Legion, because they're local, and I guess it was Brooklyn Baseball. We don't charge them because they're local. I just want the borough to be aware that your child is being assessed money because the school board needs more money than we're even guaranteeing. So I'm just making that known to the public.
I just think they're two completely separate issues, though, the two. I mean, I understand the correlation that you're connecting to, but the 7.5 million to rehab asbestos in the school is a completely separate issue from a kid being charged.
No, I understand that, but now when they find out that Gloucester's not accepting kids from Brooklyn, they have an understanding. Your school wants the charge of Brooklyn kids to go ahead. I'm not going to assess an additional fee to Brooklyn kids. I just know we can't accept them, because I said I had 240 kids. Losing 40 is not going to make much difference for me at all.
Was there ever discussion about allowing Brooklyn kids to not have to pay?
No, we don't have a choice, because they're going to assess I set a budget up. I had to take into account all my expenses. And like when I talked to the superintendent today, I said, you understand, you're also using the borough field out here. We're not charging you for the borough field. And yet we're paying for the last seating, everything, but you're still insisting on, we want additional funds for you. So I don't care if it's $500. I just think they got to look at the overall thing. And honestly, this Brooklyn basketball program has been an extreme success. I'll say part of the Gloucester program. The Brooklyn teams have been extremely successful. So I'm just making it aware, and I'll be at the next school board meeting, making people aware, hey, look, your kids may be subject to have no place to play because Brooklyn doesn't accept boys. They don't have a program there, and I've already secured facilities in Gloucester anyway, so I really don't need the Brooklyn here, but I just think it's petty that they're turning around and saying, wait, we want you to support this $7.5 million just so we can make $500 off of the little kids, so.
I think that could be, somehow negotiated with.
I tried, trust me, it's.
So like basically like, I don't have a comment on that at all.
Yeah.
So just so you know, it would be tabled if it doesn't go to local finance board. If not, then it will be on the following meeting itself. So the resolution, moving on to resolutions, we have resolution one, I don't know why we number them, but the resolution for authorizing municipal liens, the only one I have right now. There's a couple liens that code enforcement officer put forth, and that'll be on the next agenda. And then obviously we're going to add the another resolution for 107-4 to rescind the grass ordinance. Is everybody on agreement with that so far? So we're good with that. Okay. So that will be on the next. Those will be the two resolutions that we have. So we'll move on to the items of discussion. First item of discussion is a water capital request and general capital request. So we'll do the water capital second. General capital is very simple. we need, some money to do, like, because of the revamping of the borough homes and, bringing up to par. We're spending a lot of money, and Christine's doing a fantastic job in doing that. We've written a lot of these, like, homes, and we're spending a lot more extra money because, we got the contract with the people that come in and do the work. Well, we're blowing past the 25 hours a month, easily, like, and there's a lot of money, they're doing a lot of more work in there. So I'm requesting that we, I'm not gonna use it all, this year, but I'm requesting to do like a $200,000 bond, just to have it in there in case we go over budget, have it there for borough properties only. We'll also use that money down the road if we ever redo this room and the community center. That money will be used for that also, because we have some specs from the engineer to look at it. We're gonna try to get some cost estimates over the next month to determine how much it would cost to do this building and to redo the community center to have meetings down there. So we're gonna do those two things. So that's all I'm trying to think. I think 200,000 should be enough to cover that. If I get estimates before the next meeting, to put that bond ordinance on there. It's gonna be a $200,000 bond ordinance. We have the money in there. I think we're at 2.9%. You go up to 3.5% of borrowing power, so we got plenty of money there. And the water capital, we talked about it before. Bryson and Yates came in and gave us an assessment of our water plan. And there's a lot of, like, a 5-year plan. And one of the things in the plan that he wants to do rather now than later is to fix that softener tank. We talked about it before. There's been some cracks in it and all that stuff, but we're working on it. It's not a dire need at this moment, but it's something that he recommends that it's past its useful life, almost past its useful life. So it's 60 years old and it can be replaced. Usually we have to go out to bid, and it's a process and engineering and all that stuff. But Hungerford and Terry has this exact tank in stock, and we could have it by December. And it's $95,000. We do not have to go out to bid based on an exception under local public contract law, which is NJSA 48:11-5. NJSA 48:11-5. And GG. GG is the exception number on that, under that. So if you go look at that, it's about wastewater and water supply, and this falls under it. So we'll pass. Well, I'll give it to you in a second, Mike. So we'll pass it. So I would like to do $200,000 for water also. That will do the $95,000 for the softener. There's a couple other things Mike's going to bring up right now that we need to replace. We're doing it right now. A couple wells fixing, but I want to get that out of capital so we don't hit the budget, because the budget's already strained as it is. So Michael, you can.
So yeah, just to touch base on the softener, we've had this conversation a few times. As far as useful life, just to make everybody at ease, including the members that are out here with me, there's a lot of water treatment facilities that are just useful life, the cylinders, the treatment tanks, whatever. We designed a 5-year plan to remediate all that. With the softener, we've had to do repairs to it in the past. I'd rather not have to do repairs anymore. So I suggested to Bryson and Yates that we get started with that. We do a 12-month replacement plan on that. Fortunately, I went out to pricing with Hungerford and Terry 6 months before Bryson started. The price is still honorable, and they do have it in stock. That's why I suggested to Ryan that we jump right on it. That tank might not be here in the future. If we had to get that tank furnished, it could take up to almost a year for them to build. So if they have it ready to rock and roll, and we can buy it outside of contract and it's a fit, it's good to go. The well 4 needs not redevelopment, but it needs a new pump and 60 feet of casing. It was my professional decision to shut down our other wells when we did testing for PFNA. 2 of our other wells were higher than the other one. One was right at the cusp of being over. So I made the professional choice to stick with just the one well and run that the entire time we had PFNA problems, and take the other 2 offline. Therefore,
Number 4, is that the one down at the?
Yes, sir.
At the water?
Yes, sir. So So that pump is currently out, the casing's currently out of there. So due to the added strain, of pumping continuously with just one well, the pump has lost its pump curve and needs to be replaced. There's a generator, like, this all comes at the end of the year. If you want to look at the books, at the end of every year, we spend money. The generator, needs a new injection pump. Just so you know, it is maintenance, quarterly, which is more than it should be. Because of its age, I get it maintenance quarterly. It's ran every week and air tests are done every week. So if anybody ever wanted to pull the documentation there, we do our due diligence to make sure that thing is up and running at all times. So we're good to go.
And so that's gonna be about, we've been billed 200,000.
And also we need the money to not only furnish the tank, but installation as well.
Yeah, the other part of that cost. So those are the, so if we're okay with that, it's okay to do with, bond ordinance to authorize like 400,000 total towards the, to the next meeting. Good there?
I have no problem.
Okay. It's going to all good stuff, I guess, that we have to do. And then possibly we can, put in the request after we get the, up and running, when we get the Solvay money, we can offset that, cost also, because that money could be utilized for any treatment side of it. So that's part of the treatment. All right, so that's what bond ordinance is. And to continue on in the, what was it, the water, there's something else I wanted to bring up on the water side. Oh, yeah. So the audit report was sent to the thing, we had like 5-year plan, we're working on that, but the, we need to do a full audit on our entire system, for an engineering firm. We would like to go out for one, and I want to be able to work with you on trying to get that. Like, we have to do an RFP to go out for a firm to look into the whole system for water. So we have that. So we have that in our back pocket for discussion down the road. So we started the tax sale this week. The tax sale started yesterday for anybody that didn't pay anything in taxes for CCMUA in 2024. We'll start having to, we'll be on a tax sale list. The mailing went out today. The tax sale is not until October, the third week in October right now. So, but if anybody comes and tells you that they don't understand it, the tax sale, how it works for the people that are newer, basically they pay all the previous year's taxes, water, sewer, and CCMUA. We have to collect for CCMUA. Even though CCMUA is paid from somewhere else, so if anybody out there in public understands, make sure you pay your CCMUA bill, because it does end up getting collected through our office if it's delinquent more than a year and into the following year. So that's why we collect it, but they can still pay online at CCMUA until October 3rd, and then otherwise they got to pay the rest here. They can still pay here too, but just so they know. The raffle went live for the 100-year raffle. It looks like this. Has a memo up here, and it's one list of all the prizes in the back. It's $25. I need to sell 2,000 tickets to make the money back and get the money to the good cause that it's going to benefit. It's going to benefit seniors in our borough of Brooklawn. I get a lot of requests from seniors say, I had a really tough month. Something happened, and they're on fixed income. They need a water bill paid. If we want, so these services could really help them and stuff like that. All the proceeds go to that. Outside of the prizes, there's 100 prizes you can win, including the grand prize being a luxury cruise for 2 on a Norwegian or Royal Caribbean. You'll get a $5,000 credit up to $5,000. There's Apple iPads, there's PlayStation 5, the Dyson vacuum, outdoor fire pit, Apple Watches, Yeti coolers. There's 100 prizes, a lot of gift cards to the businesses in the community. Every prize is over $100. So, but it's a $25 fee. You get a 1 in 200 chance of winning, because we're only going to sell maximum 2,000 tickets. So I want everybody to get involved. I would like everybody to get involved in trying to help sell the tickets and everything like that. And also you get your own copy, your own Brooklawnopoly. if you win. So the game based on our town. So, everything's on, the Brooklyn Monopoly will be available for sale at the fall festival for anybody that wants to purchase one outright. All the awards will be, for the raffle will be in December. I think we moved the date to give us some time, but that will be available at that time. So, any question on the raffle tickets?
We're gonna sell tickets at the.
What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna sell a raffle at the fall festival. We're gonna now make announcements and stuff. John's been working on a campaign, marketing plan with social media blitz. Help us out. I know some people want to take some tickets to sell to the family members. They're more than welcome to do that. I'll write their names down and, make sure I get the money back for those.
First, thanks to Officer Gundel, who was able to put this together. Looks great. Something for the team here, what I'm thinking is, we want to sell the tickets, but there's a lot of these, I think we can have some conversations with ourselves, if you guys are interested, if we could go get some donations. So Gaetano's, ShopRite, Wawa, if you guys would be interested in maybe splitting some of these up, we could go have conversations and then try to get them maybe for half, maybe for free, maybe they want to do it. We'll kind of pitch this and then we could put more, kind of more money towards the seniors if we're able to kind of divide and conquer, whereas rather than spending maybe $2,000 or $3,000 on these, maybe it cuts it down to a few hundred, could put more in the kitty for the seniors. Would you guys be interested in that? Westbrook Lanes is already gonna get donated.
Got 90 businesses here.
Yeah.
90. So, yeah.
And these are movable, right? I mean, Olive Garden's on here when you're here, your family, right? But I think there could be other ones that are local, kind of Westville, things like this, that if we don't want to go talk to them, we could go have conversations locally, as long as we're plugging the, try to get to the 100, right, like after these. Now, Ryan, each one of these gift cards, from, Westbrook down to Dunkin' Donuts, so like these last two, are we assuming $100 each?
Minimum 100 to 125. That's the number on, I have written down at 125 to 100.
Okay.
All the gift cards. And like I said, everything in the direction that's subject to change, but it'll be equal or better value. So if you can't get a gift card for Wawa, you get it for somebody else. It's fine.
And what we were thinking that the offer would be, especially locally, because we'd like to, kind of probably do some of the big drawings at the tree lighting possibly, maybe live stream that. But for the fall festival, I think we'll sell a ton, especially if it's outside where they serve beer. But with this, maybe we can advertise the business, right? They were able to donate. Maybe we give them like a social media shout out. Ryan had a nice idea for those vinyl banners when you're coming in the fall festival, when you're doing things. We'll put them on the website. Thanks to kind of generous donors. So we'll put together a little package for them of what it is like. So Target might be willing to do that. Some of these corporations might have that in the kitty, but I know there's a lot of these other smaller businesses that I think would be very willing. I know Vitalis, things like that. So yeah. So if you guys are interested, maybe we'll do. I think we only email with 3 of us. Maybe we'll divide and conquer these if you guys are interested in kind of taking some pieces off. And I have a very flexible schedule, so I can go have some conversations. If you already have some relationships, though, lean on those, right? Like I think we have a good Italian relationship. I can take that one, and then a few other ones. If you guys are interested in that, maybe let's kind of chip away at this and sell the good cause, sell the local advertising, and then maybe we can save some block on this. Cool.
Just to touch base, 2 things. My guys will be out tomorrow, boots on the ground, handing these out to every single house within the municipality. Also, our last and final PF&A letter, our closeout letter, will also be going out for this too. So
cool.
PF&A, done, finished, over with, no longer a conversation.
Nice work.
Very good.
Ryan,
You got that results.
how many tickets have we sold?
So far, we sold 45.
Okay, so 45. So a tall leap, to go. That being said, when we're talking to these businesses, let's have them, let's grab a little stack of these. Let's try to put these up in their business just to put it in people's faces. And I know it's up the bowling alley in town. So let's try and kind of put these everywhere. And, if they're willing to put it on their social media as well, would be great.
And I know we could sell the 2,000. I think everybody takes it to the high, tall order, but I know we can sell the 2,000. The 2,000 will give almost $25,000 that we can put towards seniors, and that's a great thing to do and have special events for them at the community center. I have a lot of ideas for that. We'll put a committee together to spend the money when it gets donated back to us from the American Legion.
We're also working with the, 2 street stompers that can sell raffle tickets like,
We do.
But I'm sure they're worrying about their money to raise. I don't think they're worrying about their money to raise for this year's show first. And then they're worried about us.
Tournament?
Yeah.
And we get some stuff over there.
Yeah, this should go in every little thing. We'll talk to Rosetti about it. We'll get everybody just constantly just beat people down. If people don't hear about it 5 times, then I'm gonna remember it, so just beat them down. So now that this is out, once it goes out to, in all the houses, people can be sent home with this at school, get kids into gambling early, just kidding. But it's like,
Snuck that one.
this could go everywhere, and I think it'll be big. I think once it starts to catch on, it'll really catch on.
Yep.
It's a great idea.
And I don't know if we talked about maybe we should do, like, I don't know if everybody's agreement, like, do some promo things, like the leading up to it and all that stuff, and like not just do all the prizes at once, spread them out over like a couple week period, and then get people to build up, and then maybe more people will buy tickets even if that is the case at some point.
Yeah.
So.
I think it sounds great.
Those pictures of the winner.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Yeah.
To go. So, that's where we're at on that. And the last item that I would like to put on there, I would like to put the resolution to authorize the sale of 2 borough homes. We got it's in your Google Drive, but we have assessment or appraisal done by our new assessor. It came in a little lower. That's the minimum that we have to put up for sale. So I would like to start the process. It'll be the first thing with the appraisal. We needed that first, and we need to authorize to the real estate agent that Christine has. We can authorize them to help market the 2 houses, to get the pictures and stuff like that, and then try and put them off on the market.
What was the appraisal?
What's that?
What was the appraisal?
It's in the drive. I think it was 100,000 for 215 Horton, 175 was the high number for the one on New Jersey. I don't know what the name. I don't know what the number was. What was Dan's address? I can't remember that number. But it was something New Jersey. I think it was 2 something New Jersey. That was 175, and that was the high part. It was a range he gave, but that was the high one. And then 100,000 was 215. And 215 kind of is a gut job. I really think we could get 125, 140 for it, but we have to get an appraisal from our assessor that determine that. So, but if we have a marketer in a real estate, a lot of people are looking for houses still, even though the market's still cooling down a little bit, there's still a lot of people looking for them. So we can definitely if they get good buzz on it, we can get some good bidder on that stuff. So do we need can we have a resolution ready for the next meeting to authorize the advertisement and pick a date for the selling of the property?
Yes, I'll have that for the next.
When do you think we should do the auction? Will we be doing the auction during a council meeting, or should we do it on a random day? I've seen them done it both.
During a random day.
On a random day. Okay. All right, so we'll come up with that date or something like that.
And who sets that ultimate number? So if we disagree with the appraisal, because obviously I think it's on the low side.
I think it's on the low side too. I'd rather go up high. If we don't get the bid, then we'll just, yeah.
I just didn't like know what committee or who decides that number.
Well, that's a great question. The law only requires that we have a formal appraisal. We can obviously set a minimum number above that. We just can't go below.
Below, yeah. Yeah, that's why I said he set the minimum.
Yeah, so who's gonna set, like, I'm saying, who's gonna set that number? Because we're saying,
You
we're
got
gonna put it on the
you
record.
got to tell me what the number's gonna be.
But when I say you guys, I mean, is there a committee? Is somebody deciding that? Is like, how's that moving? Is there a
Have a
committee?
discussion on it,
I would think you would have a discussion on that.
Yeah, have a discussion and put the rest right then and there.
Here's what I would say. Any questions specifically, any of you individually would have addressed to our new assessor or Christine? I know Christine has a wealth of information about both homes.
Right.
I put the 2 of them in contact, so, by our regular meeting in 2 weeks, we can finalize those numbers or collectively agree on maybe 200 and 150 or whatever that is.
Yeah, I mean, they are low, and I agree with you, that's why I said, I was thinking 125, 140 for the low one, and I was thinking around 195 or
You can
yellow.
also
In my
ask-
head, this was just me,
Real estate agent too,
So-
what their opinions as well, correct? Or no? Regarding like prices and the comp,
Absolutely.
the comp prices
Yeah.
around in the area. So whatever that they give, I'm sure we can.
Well, all the comps are in the drive, that got sent to
Well,
us,
what
as I'm
I'm-
saying, they don't match the number.
Well, what I'm saying is it will help us identify what the market price would be. It just
no, we
discuss
don't,
that.
that's why I can get that.
It's out there.
Yeah.
Again, I
We
think
can
the
get
realtor
that.
would probably be
Yeah.
a good asset to ask, because I don't think the comp, I don't think it's the realtor's numbers.
The realtor, the comps, they gave us the comps, she gave.
Is that from the realtor, the comps
No.
that they sent?
That was from our assessor.
But I'm saying get them from the realtor.
They're the same, the comps, they're the same, they're the same numbers.
Yeah, he has a slate that he can do.
I don't know.
He's saying
He's gonna do
That I
comps that
don't
he
know.
thinks.
That's why I'm saying we can.
Well, he don't know our town yet, like, he's just learning our town, but he's still an assessor, he understands how the numbers work, so he's pulling comps to say, okay, 2-bedroom, attached, this is what it is, right? So that's what he was basing it on.
Whereas a real
But he
estate
got-
agent can give us
But,
more
but the,
specifics.
yeah, but the real
so that
estate
they
agent
can be different
appraisal,
numbers.
but the real estate agent,
Yes.
appraisal was higher, if you've seen it, like, that came out last, 3 months ago, we got that one.
Yeah.
But the assessor's going off the pictures that Christina's provided and all that stuff, so he was being more pragmatic on his assessment.
So again, the real estate agent and the assessor's numbers can be different.
Correct.
What, can I say something?
Comps can be
No.
different.
We just required to have our person do the appraisal, that was the main reason why we had, so we had to set a minimum.
We could set it
Yes,
at any,
and
Anything above that, we just set.
Yeah, I'm just talking about to obtain
Yeah.
that actual number. We can talk about that.
not to mention too, that several houses have sold in a day for a lot of money in our town.
You want to start a bidding war, though, you don't want to put it up to the highest price.
No, I completely
You
understand.
want to start a little lower, where you can get the bidders to bid on each other while they're here. Because they're required to put 10% down, I think, as soon as they win the bid, they have to give me a check for 10%.
They have sale.
They have sale. Has to be handed, that's part of the auction.
Dumb question. Are we able to bid?
Hmm?
Are we able to bid?
Yes, anybody can bid on it, any council member, anybody, allowed to bid.
That's good.
That's happened, that's what some houses were bought, like 2 councilmen, whoever bought a house, the last auction back in 2013. Greg Gilbert,
Oh, very good.
you bid on it. So that's all I had for the thing, so we'll work to get the resolution together, and we'll try to get Christine with the realtor to get us the information, because she works well with them. So we're now open to council, if any council has any issues to discuss, or anything like that.
Ryan, I just had one, because there's gonna be an additional ordinance regarding the restriction of hours in the playground.
Okay, yeah, we did talk about
Yes,
that.
I was just gonna
forgot
ask
about that.
That'll be from 3 to 4 when school is in session. I'm okay if, Mike, you wanna order signs or whatever signage you're gonna post there, if we do that now.
I'm sorry, I was sending an email, my apologies.
No, we had talked previously about the after-school care program to use the park, restricting the hours from 3 to 4.
Yeah, whatever pleases council, if somebody wants to come up with what you want written, I'll have the signs. If you send it to me tonight, I'll have them on.
No, we gotta have the resolution, have the ordinance
I'm
first.
okay with putting signs.
What's that?
I'm okay with putting signs.
Oh, really? All right, that's great.
And just to clarify, so the hours, I understand the 3 to 4 for the after school, but we're technically closing the park to the public from 8 to 4.
Yeah, just having the.
During
small
school
children.
hours.
Yes.
No, just 3 to 4 during the after care program.
But we also want it closed from in the morning. Nobody can use that park during school hours. Is
Except
how we
the school.
operate. Except the school, that's what I'm, yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
so maybe we should include the 8, right?
That's-
I didn't realize that you guys wanted that.
So if you did a
You
resolution.
can't have school kids
from
out
8
there
a.m.
and
to
people
4
bringing
p.m.
kids in there.
Yeah. So 8 to 4, it'll be 8 to 4,
During school days.
During school, right, during school.
yes, during school. days.
If somebody was, if you want to give me the whoever wants to give me the verbiage, I'll get it right up
No,
to it
that's
quickly.
perfect, I wasn't even thinking that, so. I think that'll work out really well.
Colin usually my good sign guy.
All right, one thing I want to add, because I didn't put it on the agenda, but I was brought up. Are we moving forward with, the crossing guards, because the chief the captain needs to know, crossing guards for the preschoolers? Are we moving forward with that? It's gonna add, what, 5 extra hours for the week?
For two spots, 5 hours total.
5 hours total, 2.5 hours each person.
Correct.
5 hours total, which will, I don't know, I didn't do the math or anything, but, just, are we okay with moving forward and doing that?
And this is for the youngest kids?
Well, so, yeah, for the young kids, this was one of the issues that, Councilmember, McGowan brought up last year. We finished the year out with having them have, a crossing guard, extra time. We only put it at, here at the center and one at, and one at Brownie?
You Broadway and
Oh, you put a Broadway and here.
Yeah, I mean, keep kids safe, you know, I'm fine with it.
So we're okay with them, keeping that up going.
They're with their parents.
They are with their parents, and
We discussed this before, they are with the parents, but it's still,
I don't think that it's necessary, but if everybody thinks that it's gonna keep our people safe, I mean, I'm there, I watch it, there's maybe 2 people that cross there. But if you guys want it, and the money's there, I do think it's a
no
waste,
money,
but that's
but I
just
mean,
my
that's not
opinion.
as irrelevant.
Right, it's never there.
There's no
but
money to
it's-
worry about when it comes to safety
mean,
of children, like, I'm not gonna
And I
argue
get
that.
that. However, each preschooler has to leave with an adult. And they're crossing their kids. So we could save a little bit, but again, I mean,
I'm not, it's your call, I just wanna make sure, cause I gotta make sure he knows what he's gotta do, so. Are we in agreement to keep it going?
What would you say about it there, chief? I mean, captain?
So this was kind of thrust upon us at the 11th hour last year, and we put a plan together to make sure that, to make sure that both spots were covered.
I guess the question I'm asking.
From a logistics standpoint.
Is it necessary if there's?
Is it necessary? I don't think it's necessary if the child is leaving the school with an adult. And then we're just kind of picking and choosing what spot, what about the railroad? What about, we picking and choosing, we're saying the safety is just important, 2 spots, or we just go to hand?
Warren's got a train, number one, and
We're cherry picking the
well, I'm
spots.
just saying, safety wise, you got.
and that, right,
train
it's not
courses,
across the board.
number one. And you got that, there's a speedway coming down Broadway.
And if the people that come, but what if they walk that way and go down Brown?
Well,
I mean, and there's nobody there.
Then we're picking, and choosing, yeah, but I'm just saying.
I don't think we have the capacity for what is.
I know, how are we doing? I rode by up here at the church, do we have somebody? It didn't seem like anybody was there today.
I'll follow up with the church. All the crossing guards responded today except for Miss Moss, she's in the hospital. But everybody was at their post today.
You have a good group?
It's a good group, yeah, we have people willing to come on, I have two people willing to come on. It is an hourly crew, so you don't know who's coming back, everybody did come back this year, which is great.
Yeah.
Nobody's really knocking on my door, or, like I said, we had 2 applications pending, in case somebody does that.
Oh,
now,
that's
so-
good. Oh, good.
So
I-
I'm in
I
a good
realize.
position, just need to know, I talked to Ryan today, if the money's there, we kind of talked about the overtime, if the money's there, again, it's your guys' decision. I don't know how you cherry pick the spots. Do I think it's necessary? No, I do not think it's necessary.
I just really struggle saying no to kids' safety like that. That's tough to say. That's tough to say.
Safety. If it's for one person, for
If
one
somebody
adult,
gets
one
hit,
child, safety.
and then we said no, it's like the worst thing ever.
And I understand it's 2 spots, Captain, but if it saves that one person at one spot, it's all worthwhile. God forbid, like I said, at the other side, gosh forbid. But when it comes to safety for an adult, a child, a pet, if it saves that one spot, I say yes.
All the money is spent around here. It's just shocking, like the discussion of where you would cut, it just baffles me.
I'm not saying we're done, I'm just saying.
No, I'm not saying, I'm just saying, like,
It was
I need to know my
children
direction.
leaving
Yeah.
by themselves that needed somebody there to cross them, I would say yes. But that is not the case.
I don't think
That
that,
is not the case.
in my opinion, it doesn't
I know,
matter.
right, I mean,
We have different opinions.
we do, absolutely.
So we're gonna move forward. Basically, I see I got more moving
You
forward.
got more yeses than nos.
Do you wanna do hands for that? Yes,
Always.
Yes.
and yes?
I'm abstaining.
Will you say it's safe? Yes.
I don't think it's necessary.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
16, and so it's 3 to 4. Mayor already voted yes.
Do you get a vote?
He doesn't, well, 3-3.
Oh, it's 3-3, cool.
So continue on with that, mission to make sure those 2 spots are taken care of on it.
Yes, sir.
And, we'll put and add those, I guess you'll put it on the sheet that I get for payroll and stuff. All right, cool. All right, before we move on to the open to council, professionals, anything for the engineer?
Just, real quick, the, reconstruction of the third is kicked off, so, Pioneer is moving along pretty well out there.
Really?
We anticipate that they have 2 more weeks of concrete work, and then we'll get a paving schedule from them, and hopefully get that buttoned up, within the next month. The bids for phase 2 and phase 3 are out. It's out for bids right now, and the bid opening date for that is October 9th.
Thank you.
Trish, are there sidewalks like by your house down there?
I don't have sidewalks.
Is that part of the project?
It
or no?
is.
Okay.
It is, so it's.
Well, if you
And
make
they
sure
really-
that part, we need
Well,
sidewalks the whole thing.
So many streets that
It
don't
was
have
on the
sidewalks.
other
Crazy.
side.
It was
So now
discussed.
they're just continuing up. It's not like.
Yeah, it's not, it wasn't for you. It's-
Special,
No,
yes.
no,
What
I
they
walk,
discussed from here on out,
It's just
any-
gonna look very
there's no more
nice.
spot sidewalk.
Say, I'm sorry.
There will be no more spot sidewalk
Okay.
in street repair.
And Mike and I
I'll
walked
continue.
everything
Awesome.
before they started out there, just to make sure we're all on the same page with infill
That's good
sidewalks and
news, yeah.
locations and
Yeah.
offsets and all that stuff.
Awesome.
And
It
there
already
are-
looks nice.
And there are disabled
And it's just
residents
curves.
that
Yeah.
do walk on Third, that do walk on that
Yes.
street. So it would, regardless of who lives on it, it's still. a
Right,
benefit.
I mean, it is, it
Because
is.
they do utilize it
Beautiful.
regularly in the rain, even in the
Exactly.
rain.
That's
Very
good.
exciting, right? Aren't we excited about that?
Well, I'll be excited. for next-
Neighbor?
I'll be excited.
Well, your
for the
face
next
too,
project.
so.
I'm face too.
Mike, you good, you got?
Nothing, busy on the home front, grass, trash, recycling, tree trimming, pole barns being built, water plant, exterior water plant's been power washed, cleaned, maintained. There's been some, additional add-ons and changes with the project, which will do nothing more than make it better. There's been some upgrades in the interior water plant. We have a street project that's going well. Chestnut Street project is finished. We have the crosswalks done there. Meter reading will start soon. Just batting away, pickleball court, we're chipping away at that. I'm making some additions. I contacted the gentleman with the mobility ramp. There's a section being ordered to shorten some things up. There was some the design error or flaw that had to be straightened out, but we're in good shape. All the work's looking good.
And, when?
Also, we
These-
did put up the bird stripes. They've been completed to what, in my professional opinion, where they need to be for now. They've been continually monitored since they put up. There has not been one bird strike since they
Pretty
put up.
effective, right?
And so if some folks are looking, because I'm all about the safety of wildlife, I take it near and dear to my heart. The one whole back panel and the front panels were not done. I know some people might say, well, we were worried about it maybe aesthetically. That's not the case. There has not been one bird strike at all. I'm there every single morning, nothing there. And I do have the word from council that if we see another one, we'll just continue on. So we're good.
And when's it's not gonna be up for a little while, but when do we start, our leafer, that's usually, I know it's,
I'm not talking about that. It's
I know, but it's September.
Yeah.
It's
late October.
Late October, we start. It used to start early, but now the summers go longer, it doesn't really matter. But just wanna make sure.
We'll be out there. We're just asking, if we ask residents not to put their leaves in the street. I know it's a continual thing. It prevents storm. People complain about flooding all the time. Don't put your leaving grass in the street. Because it goes right down the drain.
Yep.
So,
To the edge of that, right?
to the edge of your grass.
Lawn on neighbor's lawn. I
Or
need
you
one
can do
clear.
it. That's what I do.
Captain?
PD's happy, healthy. I updated the solicitor on a couple of businesses in town. We are preparing to support the 9/11 memorial ceremony at the Methodist Church in 8 days with the VFW. School typically does something for 9/11, working with Dr. Rossetti for kids, they will attend the memorial. Other than that, everything's good. Everybody's happy, healthy, and working hard.
If I can make one addition, Captain Brewster reminded me, I'm sorry, the Motel 6 project at the roadway, or what, I don't even know what it's called now.
Days Inn.
Motel 6, yeah, Days Inn.
movie.
Their mezzanine project has begun and will continue as planned. I went over there to do some periodic checks on safety and the work that's being done, and everything's being adhered to.
There was a check that they were gonna run where it was,
Sound testing.
yes. I mean, I'm glad that they're doing it.
That's what they're doing.
So they're doing exploratory.
Yeah, a lot of
At this
thuds,
point.
a lot of thuds, not a lot of tanks, so.
Okay, all right, they'll keep on.
Then you open the council now.
Jeff, what do you got?
Two quick things. Tree shade service. I know we talked about keeping it a word on that, because there's 2 trees on 212 Mart Avenue that need some care. I don't know if referring to the tree shade commission, is it up and running tree shade commission, is something to look into. I know we had it in the past.
It is not running, I'll say that. I've said many times throughout the year, people are interested to contact me about it. I've talked to a few people that are still interested in it. As far as the paperwork and all that, I'm gonna get together with Todd. But we did have a commission at one point.
What's the protocol if you need a tree?
I
Climb up there and get your chainsaw out, that's protocol.
You know, again, safety's our main thing.
Thanks.
But problem, also the problem with a tree commission or committee, you know, you gotta identify the bad trees and you have to do maintenance. We've never really done maintenance. We've never and we just got a whole town full of trees that need help, basically. So I think it's all about, at this point, what we can afford.
Because the resident asked me if he or she could go up there and cut it.
On our property,
It's on
their property.
well, it's on the berm. Let me rephrase it.
They can do whatever they want on their property, I think.
Is the berm their property?
But I think if,
What do you?
I don't think
I don't even get hurt.
What do you consider the berm between sidewalk and curb?
No,
And John will tell you that
As
that's.
long as it's not a liability issue.
Yeah, but that's borough property, it's not,
If
because
it's borough property,
I
I
mean,
mean, last storm,
that's
big
it.
huge things came down, almost hit, whatever.
where,
212 more.
212?
Mark?
More. And
Oh, Mark. Because one did come down on Mark.
Yes, allegedly.
No, not allegedly. I seen it. I had to move it out of the street.
So, yeah.
But then you guys cut it, and then did they take the stump out? They had a 4-foot stump there. But,
We can only get so much of that if we have.
no, it's,
I'd rather
So
not.
tell the
be a
resident
tricky
not to
matter.
touch or to touch.
I mean,
No,
personally.
that's borough property. Sidewalk and curb is borough property.
Well, it's
I'll-
not borough property, it's an easement.
Mike,
Also, on a positive note, we need this right now. The Brookline Garden Community event next Saturday was phenomenal. I mean, I wanted 25 people expected, we got 23. Kudos to Miss Debbie, she helped out a lot, she was there. Also, thank you, Councilman President Tent and Councilwoman Armstrong, thank you for your help. Taking down stuff, cleaning up, talking to the residents, talking to my family members. Who abused it, but, you know, it went really, really well. Right afterwards, knocked on doors. I gave a few out there. I went on to people who were on doing the lawn work, yard work. They loved it. Since then, we have given out another 6 to 8 harvest donations throughout the residents of this community. It's going really, really well. Got a lot of options and ideas for next year. I mean, it's going to be tenfold from this year. I know I sent a lot of pictures out. I apologize, but man, this thing is really, you want something? They had a square dance last Wednesday. People came over from Simmons and Philadelphia and so forth to dance. They came over and saw the garden. They said they'd never seen a garden like that. They wish it had in their township. They wish someone would have it and so forth. Many, many ideas for next year. So thank you all for your support in this. Couldn't do it without you. And John and his wife and Harry and Miss Connie and just phenomenal. And we're going to expect a lot more next year. So many ideas, but I just want to say it really, really went well. It really did. You know, you say what's 24 people, that's 24 people that really is going to carry from word of mouth throughout the community. So,
Great job, man.
yeah, it was all of us. It's not just
As soon as they saw that humongous,
That's mine, I'm taking that tomorrow, this call.
I mean,
I've got pictures of it, I have to send this
Yes.
to Tyler.
no, I'm not just talking about that, but he called me up one day and he said, "You're not gonna believe this. That thing's like grown overnight, right?"
There was a 4-year-old kid sitting on it, his legs wouldn't touch the ground.
So, yeah, well, there was 5 that went missing down there.
Yes, what happened? Did we find out?
I don't know. Well, we kind of know.
Are we
It's-
cameraed
I
up?
mean,
It's what
We're
the type of
camera on that.
investigation.
Not the exterior, right?
Well,
Did we put air tags in the pumpkins or not?
one was miscommunication, which we'll have to direct and call later today or tomorrow about the individual. John and his wife went down, the pumpkins are still there, Mr. Mayor. So the communication got earlier, might not have been accurate. I went there yesterday, last night, like I always do, for an hour or so, ordering, so forth. They were there.
I talked to Harry this morning. He said there were 5 missing. That's what he.
Okay.
I think he told
That's
me.
what he said.
Right.
Yes, he told me the same thing, because I've seen the very upset about it.
But
Yeah.
the information I got, the images went this afternoon, and they were there.
Real
So,
quick,
like I said,
plural
I'm-
pumpkins is pumpkins, it's not pump guy.
No, it's pumpkins,
Okay.
and I mean big.
Yeah, okay.
So I will get to the bottom of it, and
I
know
pointed out that's very fertile ground.
Yeah, it's crazy. Black old Brookline.
Yeah, that's it, black oil under there or something. I don't know.
But that's all. Thank you.
I'm still waiting for my one tomato.
You're on my list.
Strawberries for
Councilman
one
Darrow, you're-
tomato.
Me too, I want
Yeah, I
more.
would like one.
Mine's actually turning red.
I've got cucumbers, I've got tomatoes, I've got zucchini, squash.
Eggplant,
Eggplant.
Harry keeps telling me.
Yes, tons of it. It's doing really well. I know we joke about it, but it does mean a lot to some of these people.
No, you did a great job.
We're doing good.
Stacy, what do you got?
Nothing much. We are working on the Brooklyn PD personnel aspect, that is continuous, at this time. And Borough Homes, so far so good with that. Christina is doing an amazing job. There has not been any, much rent issues. Things, are paid up and, but the renovations of that aspect is something that was discussed earlier. So, but other than that, I think we are pretty good.
Bruce,
Yes, several things. Yeah.
there's some good news.
So, it's not bad so far this year. As I said, we decided to start charging teams that are using the facility. And we're not charging the school, we're not charging the Legion, these are travel teams come in. I gave Todd $2,000 so far. Beginning this week, we get $500 every weekend from Perfect Game, which should be $3,500. So there's $5,500 we can have. And out of that $5,500, I think I'm gonna order dirt for the other side of town, So that's the one thing. Also, as she referred to the keys, they have keys. I'm not giving them to everybody. If they don't want to share them, I can't help it, okay? But they do have keys. The other thing is the netting for out here, people keep bugging me. I said, that's out of my control at this point now. Curry, I put a call in him, find out when he's putting his netting up along Browning, okay? They haven't gotten back to me yet. So we at least have the poles up there, which is one.
Yeah, I've seen all the poles are up, right?
Yeah, then the other thing is, we have a grant for bleachers, and I want to know how I go about ordering the bleachers for, I guess, first base side, at Browning Roadside. We have a grant for more to cover it. I'd like to get that in. So Mike has the stuff. So over the winter, we can get it built. So come springtime, we can do it. And then the last thing is I have a really good relationship with Lowe's, and Lowe's just donated. It was 30 gallons of weed killer, which is safe for dogs and kids. I've been spraying the fields. I did out here at the school field. But here on out, I'm just gonna let the school go. You know, if they want it done, then they're gonna have to. I'm not donating my time to it anymore. You know, what I mean, I'm out there for them. I drug the field. I did everything I could. It was that, I said, no, not now. I'm off of that. Also, Lowe's gave us a bunch of mulch, and the mulch is now being put at the Legion Field in a spot, okay? Then they gave us grass seed, okay, and I talked to Con about that now, so, you know, we have grass seed, I've seeded, any of the fields that have it in grass infield, they've been seeded, okay? And then I have, Mike's supposed to go down tomorrow, and I find out that to pick up, I think, 2 pallets of potting soil. I talked to Jeff today to find out whether they can use it at the community garden. He said, yeah, it's fine. So much, but they also have 2 pounds of topsoil, and Mike said we don't need it, but then Colin and you guys both said we do need it. You know, they need it.
No. So you said it was 4 pallets.
Yeah, it's 4 total. 2 and 2.
Right, you said 2 for the fields and 2 for public works.
No, all of it's public works. I don't care where you put it.
Right, but what I'm saying is public works don't need it. If you need it at a certain location, I'm all about it.
Yeah, well,
But
that's
we
what I
don't,
said.
like,
Well,
we don't need it.
Well, I consider it's the borough. That's why you were going down to pick it up. So,
We could use it down at Pickleball.
yeah, I said, you guys told me today to pick them up. So, well, you know, I'll talk to Mike, so.
I mean, it's low lying and it's public.
Yeah, wherever you want. I'll get it wherever you want.
Well, I'll tell you, the seed alone.
I just thought he meant like for us, like we're good.
No, but
we
seed
need
alone.
topsoil, we can just go grab it.
No, we would want anything like
Yeah, the
that.
seed alone was over $1,000 they gave me. I mean, I have a really good relationship with them, and the prior administration, I used to get this, they didn't want it. Gloucester High School has it, Gloucester Little League had it, that's fine, I'll take somebody knows can use it. So, anyway, but Mike's been really helpful, you're supposed to meet tomorrow with Juna to pick this stuff up.
Yeah, I'll get a line up.
Okay,
I'll call her and-
so, and then it's just a matter of where Jeff wants it for the community garden, and you guys basically want it, I guess, pickleball.
Are they gonna be on the pallets?
Yeah, they're on pallets.
Yes.
They drop the pallets out in front, we'll force them in, and down at the pickleball.
You're off, you're retired, yes, you're off tomorrow. I will call you tomorrow. And we can just go over, we'll deal with that, because,
Okay.
Councilman Howard had some, places too, so we'll just.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
When we get in stock, we'll coordinate tomorrow.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, because Mike, they're constantly calling me to donate, it's
It's a
crazy.
great fund, and really.
I mean,
appreciate
it's,
your,
even the mulch, there was 40 bags of mulch. And the reason I'm asking you to do it now, because Saturday I had to go get a FedEx large truck, FedEx, because we don't do wall deliveries, and they load it, but then I had to unload everything. I said, no, I'm not doing this anymore. No, you know, when you figure all that, so, but Mike, I appreciate your help with
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
I
I appreciate getting the donations.
No,
Like
I
said,
mean, I don't know why I have such a good relationship with these people, but they're really, really good, so.
You got the gift?
Almighty Bruce.
Yeah, well,
They hired their employees.
I bailed them out, I bailed them a lot of times.
I think you're right, I think you put a good word. We agree.
Yeah, this time, I bailed them out a lot of times,
They
FedEx
start
when
golf
they needed
carts now?
packages.
Yeah.
So, okay. Other than that, everything is set to go.
Trish, what you got?
Not a whole lot. I just want to remind everybody about the community shred event on September 13th. That's here at the Barrow Hall from 10 to 1. It's a Saturday, I believe. I know they do that once a year for us. It's a
That's
good
here
thing.
though, right? It's
That
gonna be
is here in
yeah?
the parking lot, yeah,
Right.
from 10 to 1 on the 13th. And just a reminder that the Fall Fest is October 4th. I know that we all know that, from 12 to 5. And you can also save the date, October 16th is going to be Trunk or Treat from 6 to 8. And that is also here in the Barrow Hall parking lot. That's it.
I'm sorry.
And Third Street's looking great.
And you're gonna get,
Real quick, I'm sorry, Matt, go ahead.
and you're gonna get sidewalks.
Yeah, I know, and it's amazing. And John trimmed his tree today.
I see that. Yeah, we'll get it.
Because he's on vacation, he has nothing
Yeah,
better to
we'll
do.
get it up.
Yeah.
Just to touch base on those two things, just to make
No,
council
okay,
aware,
I just-
our recycle shred
Oh, yeah, I
event
didn't forget that.
is paid for by a grant from our CRP, our Camden County.
I'm sorry.
The shred event
Oh, okay,
is paid for, it's free, so whatever it costs a barrel, we're reimbursed for it,
okay.
up to
I feel like-
1,500.
And do they
Subs
do
last year was-
electronics still? Because I know the last time you could bring like little,
Maybe not a data.
iPads and things like that, and I don't know, I'll have to check on that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
they can
like
just-
little
yeah,
cell
they'll take
phones
one,
and
yeah.
They got books.
Yeah.
When's the next thing?
September 13th, let's try that. October 4th is Fall Fest.
And the Fall Festival,
Right.
we're currently out, we're servicing our bucket truck. So we're having an issue getting the banner up. I just got the stickers in today. Give me a couple days and I'll furnish one from another town. We'll get it put up.
We still have some time.
Yeah, I just like to get it up right away.
Yeah, it looks nice too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you for those.
Shame we couldn't put more, some of this on that banner. You know, something, I don't know, I'm just saying.
We can.
We have
You know
time.
what I mean? Let's put, maybe but we have the banner, right?
We have the banner for the Fall Festival.
Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a new banner made up, no problem. We get them in.
Get a banner, another banner, get this going.
Does that Ferris?
I mean,
I don't know if Todd has the
Nah,
contact.
that's
We get banners pretty quick.
Big
I mean, we
QR
get how many
codes
cars a day from 2 to 6 down that street? John, I'm gonna save you for last. Colin, what you got?
No, I don't have much tonight. Just the pickleball court, we're hoping to have opened hopefully within the next week or two. We're now working on the lock system, so
I had
just
some
to get
people
that
this afternoon I
finalized.
wanted to go.
Did you get
We
that?
also,
Did you work on it?
yeah, so I have a serial number, I just gotta work with Ryan on setting up the payment, it's $6 a month, to work to keep our access, onto there, so we're trying to get that going. And then there is the potential, we're in, you know, Mike, we've been dealing with the painting contractor, we weren't happy with some of the bleeding through the hat from the contractor, so I've been in contact with Pickle Tile. They have finally agreed, not Pickle Tile, but the painting contractor has agreed to come down, and it's unfortunate, and I hate it, but they're gonna strip the entire paint off and they're gonna repaint the entire thing. I just think we paid good money for it and it should be perfect at the end, and Pickle Tile agreed. I hate to open it and then have to maybe shut it down for like 3 or 4 days, but I want it to be perfect, so the contractor's gonna come out, they're gonna strip the entire thing, and they're gonna repaint, so it might take, you know, might close for a couple of days, but I think we paid for it, it's brand new, it should be brand new. There shouldn't be any problems with it, so it's been a battle with the painting contractor, but we're finally through with that. But in the meantime, I think we can open for a couple of weeks until we get the schedule. I know it's inconvenient to shut it again, but I think it's kind of, yeah, I think it's the right thing to do, as opposed to just letting it go, unless people disagree.
And what are
with
you
that.
thinking about that,
Thinking about,
opening it?
hopefully within the next week.
Oh.
Yeah, we should be good to go. Just waiting for access to the key card app to be able to open and lock times, and Chief, we have it in Public Works, we should be able to just set it to open at 8 AM and lock at 8 PM automatically without anybody going down there. We would just have to maybe have somebody go down and just check the door to make sure somebody fully closes it or whatever the case might be, but if it's closed, it will lock at 8 PM and automatically open at 8 AM itself. We won't have to do anything.
I was gonna talk to Mike about it. He was thinking about setting it up from a certain time to 8 o'clock in the evening, and we coordinate the lights with it too. Well, I guess we want that lit up at night, don't we?
Obviously, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Which doesn't affect the residents.
So,
And I was gonna talk to you after, but just up in the time a little bit, because now it's getting obviously dark a little bit earlier. I think we had it set previously for 9, maybe we can make it 7. It's right in the well house there, the timer.
And there's also a light up above on that pole that I can adjust to even make it even better.
That'd be good.
Stupid question, but if I'm playing at 8:10 and leave, I'm not locked in, right?
You're not locked in. You can always get out.
Yeah, you
can't get back in.
Yeah.
Just don't leave anything inside. if you want to.
Yeah, once you go out, you're out. With 10-foot walls there, but once you're out, you're out.
Collins said phone number you had, and he goes right up there.
I'll make that happen.
No, we did. We had a couple people in there like testing it out this
Yeah,
weekend. This year, like sound wise for the neighbors and things like that. And it all seems to be going really well. I talked last meeting, we had the issue with the ramp. They fabricated the thing in the wrong direction. So that should be coming within a week, I'm assuming. It's been, and these contractors are terrible. But, you know, it's going to be the other way to fix some of this stuff and we'll be ready to go. I just want it to be over. I don't care if it burns down at this point. I'm over it. It's like a fourth child. I'm over it.
You're ready for the next project.
But it'll get there. Hopefully within a week we have it open and close down and open it again. That's really all I have here.
Very good. You've been on it. It's been good.
Yeah.
What do you got there?
police chief contract that we're working through as a team here. The community center website update is in the works, as well as the new key fob system. We're at later this month for the key fob, September. And then the raffle, as mentioned, we'll push that to the tree lighting. I'm hoping that we can, work and kind of each go grab a vendor, even if you just get one, that's fine. And then, we have the amounts here, and I think we're in pretty good shape. Like I said, big thanks to, Officer Gundel on this, and then, thanks so much to your team, for tomorrow. Ideally, we want to, completely sell out with, plenty of time. So whoever you can get them from, great. I know some local businesses are going to be happy to, kind of donate, a good amount of money to this. So, kind of push as much as you can. And I think it's a great cause, great idea. And I think it's a great rollout. For the first year, right, that's your hardest thing, right? But after that, people get to expect these things, and then people, get to look forward to it, especially when they see what people are actually getting here. So, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. Other than that, I think that's all I had. McDonald's is at the next meeting. Delco's at the next meeting. Sure. Okay, cool. All right, that was it.
I wanted to say, actually, about the pickleball. We're gonna need a little help from you. If we do set that timer, we're not gonna, right away, we're not gonna, there's signs went up today, actually, and then the signs went up today. You can play for an hour if somebody, be courteous, there's rules. So we're gonna open it, and we're gonna hopefully, there may be some friction, and that's where you're gonna get the phone call from speed dial that I have on my phone. I know, I've been trying not to pester you, but I appreciate every time I call you, night or day, you're always there, so I appreciate that. But we may need just a little boost, just have a guy come run through and, put it on the radar, and get down there and give us a hand with that. I'd like to talk about the golf cart. I know you brought up, I don't know whether you're for it or against it, so I'm gonna just throw it out there. Brian, you said, no problem with the golf cart.
No issue with respect to governmental entity owning them, registering them. However, the only restriction is they can't be driven on roads with greater than 25 miles.
Right, okay, so I think the average, I mentioned before, it was the one I saw on Marketplace was perfect because it had a dump. It was almost like a motorcycle front end. But I'm thinking we're just gonna probably look at a reasonable used golf cart for our guy. One of the things that Trish and Colin, Harry goes in that, now that school's open, Harry is in that playground every day. I gotta have an arrangement. I'm gonna talk to Sam. He cleans that. I mean, that's his part of his routine. I seen 12 bags there one time.
I was gonna say, but it's not fair to him, and I know that is part of his routine, but these kids are ruthless. I don't think it's been that bad over the summer, right? Because I didn't really see too many of the kids out there. But he showed me a picture of.
The school day is crazy.
Does he send you pictures too?
Well, I got to see the pictures today because we got to catch up. I haven't seen him in a while. And, I don't know what we can do.
Well,
to.
I just don't think it's fair. I'm
I don't
thinking
think it's
about
fair
cutting
either.
him down, like just do it every other day or something like that. And there's gotta be some,
It's
help
not fair,
from the
but it's
school.
very nice for us to see that playground clean on a daily basis.
Oh, he's constant, they tell him, thank you, the kids help too.
They do.
So, but I'd like to move ahead with this golf cart. I don't know how to proceed with that. Get a price, just get it. All right.
It's under the quote threshold, you just go buy whatever you want.
Okay.
Again.
I'm being serious, like, we have the money donated to it, we have, I think, $1,100.
Right.
that we have in there, so whatever we gotta cover, like,
All right. No, this is just something that's reasonable and, you can park it down in the thing. Yes.
I might be able to reach out to Belmar Public Works as a side-by-side, and I do have another outlet.
What do you mean side by side?
Side-by-side, what are you looking for?
Oh, Is that what they call
Well,
it?
don't buy, yeah, you're calling it a golf cart, it's a side-by-side, utility side-by-side.
Like a John Deere or something?
Like exact Gator, John Deere.
Yeah.
You pick a Isuzu, there's 3,000 people make them.
Yeah.
I have 2 outlets for, possible purchase.
Perfect. You heard the man here.
When we talk about the dirt tomorrow, just will remind me and I'll get the ball rolling.
But also, end of the season golf courses are always,
Oh, yeah,
there's
true.
things like Westwood.
A
Golf
golf,
Course always
a
has
golf,
for sale.
a golf
We're
cart
not
is something
talking
you want
the
to
same
stick, yes, that's something you want to stick, you want something with a utility value on.
I said, we're talking about two.
Yeah,
We got
something
no
with
trash
utility.
bags in the back and all.
Yeah.
Now, question, where we storing it at the end of the day?
Public.
Yeah.
Oh, we got.
It'll be easy for him to get away there, yeah.
Space.
I mean, it's the borough's, if somebody got, if one of you guys needed or something like that, that's fine. But, Harry's name's gonna be on that. And that's fine.
The Harry Hauler. I like Harry Hauler.
You know, let's put a little spice in life, you know, right?
Yeah,
That's
like
what I
it.
say.
Mike, you have one?
Yeah, sir, so if you see an issue with 25 miles an hour, you know, getting from the east side to the west side of Brooklawn, the only access point is Route 130, so speed limit on the circle. It says
We
45.
can use the ramp.
No, he's gonna have a key to the, gates,
We can use the
for the ramp to go
Okay,
over.
all right, no issue.
Yeah.
Would not be comfortable around.
Now,
No, he's gonna have, he's gonna have-
I see stranger things go around that circle.
Not that I've been owned by the borough. of
No.
Brooklyn.
Semantics, semantics.
You're fine.
Is that tag?
We're gonna give him the key to open up go both sides of the track. The only problem would be is the, term auto with the parking in front of that, but they kind of stopped that.
No, they're not gonna form. Not gonna.
They kind of stopped it. I didn't say they stopped
Going
it.
through it more and more than probably, unless it's like a parking lot. Which I'm sure he'll be
You would think.
utilizing.
Yeah, you would,
Fingers crossed.
you'd be shocked.
I think we're gonna put a fence up. Just come down to the, available. But anyway,
Yes, sir.
is, our backhoe tag?
All of our equipment is tagged,
Tag, okay.
all of it.
I saw a backhoe coming around the circle with no tag.
No, might be on the inside, it's a tagged.
Not
piece of
ours,
stuff. We
but
have.
I just saw one,
Yeah.
and it reminded me because,
The tag could be inside, something like that, they kind of, sometimes it's mounted on the exterior frames, they get bent, they get busted, they put them in, they just put them inside the cab. But they're definitely extremely.
yeah. I think that's it.
Right, then I got.
Ryan has a couple things.
Well, one thing, is everybody already got the email from, Captain Brewster on the, handicap at 213 Haycon. Everybody in agreement with that? So I can put the ordinance together?
100%,
Okay, for Franny Gorman?
yes.
All right, so that'll be another ordinance that'll be on the agenda for the next meeting. I just want to make sure you guys are good with that. I forgot to bring that up. And there were 3 correspondence. I don't remember if I read the one, but I'm gonna read them all because, they're all good. So, we had one from Christine Halchins, that came from a resident. Hi Christina, we wanted to thank you very much for taking care of the very important issues, needed to be done at 219 and expediting it quickly. But Hugh and the crew and Vito and the crew worked so hard and were very, kind and accommodating. Thank you again, Sharon Harding. We also have, this one is for, from Ryan Schmidt. He bought the flowers, this property on Lake Drive, if anybody's familiar with that location. Hi, we are new residents of Brooklawn and feel that it's always important to recognize the exceptional people. Since moving here in January 2024, we had to navigate an unexpected full house renovations, that's an understatement, at 147 Lake Drive, Flowers' house, and had to move out just a few weeks after moving in. From the very beginning, we were met with kind, supportive, and helpful neighbors and the borough employees. Ryan Giles, Melissa Perry, and David in the borough offices were absolutely amazing. They helped us navigate the whole process and permits and procedures and answered all of our questions with patience and understanding. I also would like to give a big shout out to Mike Ostrom. In our short time here, Mike has helped us countless times and has connected us with the contractors, helped us learn about the town and the events, and recently even had a PSE&G light installed at a dark section of Lake Drive between 3rd and 4th Street. Mike is a great neighbor and now a friend. He's a valuable asset to your town. We look forward to our future here in Brooklawn with such great neighbors all around, especially with the remarkable people steering the borough. Thank you, Brian and Donna Schmidt. So we also have another one. This was named Good Evening. We wanted to reach out to give you some positive feedback about one of your employees, Michael Ostrom. I just moved into the Brooklyn with my boyfriend. After having our baby a few months ago, I was nervous about being in a new town after living in the same place for so long. When some problems arose in our neighborhood and our neighbors were not taking care of their property, I reached out to the borough and was directed to Mike Ostrom. I thought it would take a few weeks to get a call back after leaving the voicemail, but Mike showed up at my house the same day. He had some of my concerns resolved within a day or two, and others were followed up and let me know exactly when and how they would be resolved. I was beyond pleasantly surprised. I told my friends and family all about how well Michael responded to me and his professionalism and his ability to quickly solve problems. My family jokes now and says that Michael coming to Thanksgiving. My concern about living in Brooklyn have been easily disappeared, and I have most of the due to Michael. I know from my line of work, a lot of people call and write and complain when things are down and done wrong. So I thought it would be nice for you to hear about something going right. Michael is without a blessing in the community. It appears to me that you got one in a million kind of guy right here. You can tell that he cares about his job and community and really making things better. Did you pay these people?
Yes.
Did you write this?
I would put that to GPT.
I hope you have a fabulous week and let Michael know thankful for him to leave his role as is. And Lauren Beckinus and Christopher Delilah. So we had some good comments over the last couple of
Raymond, put it in your office.
You
don't get them too often.
Good job, Mike.
And they all came in like a week period. It was really interesting.
He even asked me, he's like, are you paying? I'm like, I don't know about that.
All right, that's all I have there. And then the good news.
And, by the way, Mike, I used to chase him, and he was born here, for God's sake, and, he knew everybody knew him. He was a little different when he was younger. He was, quite rambunctious.
All three of us were here. I was born here.
Oh, we're talking about Mike right now.
Okay, I don't care about Mike.
But,
Enough about Mike. You had 20 things about Mike.
I'll have two more for you next Monday.
I got two nasty letters last week.
Throw them out.
Yeah.
Throw them out.
But anyway.
Praise and
No,
public, praise and public.
Motion to adjourn whenever you're done.
Yes. we do motion.
I'll second that.
And second.
All in favor? Thank you.
Do you?
Literally.